Okay, at this time I'd like to call the candidates to the stage for Waller County Sheriff. That would be the Republican candidate, R. Glenn Smith, and the Democratic candidate, Jeron Barnett. Also at this time, I did not mention this earlier and it has not happened yet, so I'm going to go ahead and, if I don't say something, I know it will. If you have a cell phone, if you would please put your cell phone on silence or vibrate, we would greatly appreciate it. Okay. Welcome, gentlemen. We appreciate you being here. I believe the coin flip was done earlier, and Mr. Smith, you chose to answer first.
Correct.
Okay. As long as we don't have any controversy over the coin flip, then we'll be in good shape.
I think Jeron chose for it.
Okay, so there you go. All righty, gentlemen. Mr. Smith, first question. Events since 9/11 have shown us that without security, nothing else really matters. It seems to many people in Waller County that crime seems to be on the rise. Recent robberies, shootings, and the recent jail escape have many citizens feeling vulnerable in their own homes. And now there are reports that on some evenings there are only 2 or maybe 1 deputy on patrol in Waller County. What programs and initiatives will you undertake to make Waller County citizens safer in their homes?
Well, thank you. My voice is worse than normal, but I'll get through it. The biggest thing when I announced back in December of this past year to run that I would have more high visibility patrol. And you might think we've already discussed the economy here tonight, how we're going to do that. You're going to have to do it with leadership skills and experience to use the manpower, change shifts around, take your priorities of when crime is occurring, and take that manpower to cover those areas. I've had the privilege since May to be working at the Sheriff's Office. And, you know, the crime rate and the investigation of the crime rate here, the clearance is double what the state average is. So the Sheriff's Office is not doing a bad job of clearing crime. Obviously, we have to improve it, work on it more, take that manpower, as I'm saying, shift it around to where it's needed, and work with what's given us.
Thank you for your response. Mr. Barnett, same question. What programs and initiatives will you undertake to make Waller County citizens safer in their homes?
First, I want to say thank you to all of you, the citizens for a better Waller County. I appreciate this opportunity to be before you tonight. Well, first, let me, Trey, answer that on crime. Crime overall in Waller County is up 27.5%. Chief Smith had mentioned leadership, but in Hempstead alone, 2007, 2008, crime was up. Murders were up 40%, rape was up 20%, assaults were up 60%, property crime 25%, and burglary 30%. The thing we have to do, we have to have a no-nonsense, zero-tolerance policy on crime in our county. Our county is at a pivotal point right now. We're growing. We're growing tremendously. We're growing fast. As you look up north and specifically down south, the growth is here. I believe for a long time things have been put aside that have hindered us in being prepared for that growth. But I think the best way to do, and one of the best things to do, is just to spearhead it. We have to hit that crime head on. We have to identify, and after identifying, we have to go into a plan of action to take care of those things that are plaguing the citizens within our county. So the best way to deal with that is just be, number one, realistic. You know, that crime is up. Our economy, as it is, crime is not going to go down. Crime is going to continue to go up. So we have to just hit the crime head on. And as it comes to us, just hit it head on.
Thank you for your response. Mr. Barnett, the next question will be first directed to you. Waller County has a history of racial issues, and even today there continues to be racial tensions in this county. What steps and what role do you think the sheriff can have or take to ensure that all citizens are treated equally and fairly, and how will you convey that to citizens?
Thank you for that question. Very important. For the most part, our citizens here in Waller County, I would say 90% of us are unified. That other 10%, we have to bring them aboard. As sheriff, I believe it's very important for us to go out into the community, and we have to create those relationships with the community. First, we have to instill the trust in the community and let the community know that we're there for them. We have to be representative of our community, the sheriff department itself. We have to represent those that we serve. Not allowing anyone to feel as though they have been put aside. This is a serious issue, and this issue is really tainting our county. You know, it's sad to say when you step outside the boundaries of Waller County, and you mentioned that you're from Waller County, you know, sometimes you get the sad return of people saying, oh yeah, that county. And the reason that we're known is because of so much dismay. So you really have to go out and foster with the community and gain the community trust. And as sheriff, that is very paramount and very important.
Thank you. Mr. Smith, same question. What would you do to ensure that all citizens are treated equally and fairly, and how will you convey that to citizens?
Well, thank you. I also agree that I think the overwhelming majority of the county are unified, as Jeron stated. I think it's a perception. I too get those comments when asked where you're from, and you say Waller County. And I hate that. But for those 10%, if it is 5%, whatever it is, it needs to be changed. I'm glad for a lot of reasons this question's come up. It's been a long year. As any political aspirations go, a lot of things come up, and there's no other better time to say this for me. But number one, I'm not a racist, nor have I ever been, and nor would I tolerate it in any department that I serve. In 2 different agencies, I wrote a racial profiling policy, and I would expect at any time for that to be strictly adhered to. I think the best thing is the example that a leader can give to his own agency. I'm fully aware that we ourselves are held accountable for our actions along with the people that work for us. And I would see that my personal opinion against racism would be abided by anybody that ever worked for me.
Thank you.